Hey guys, Pat here.
And Mo.
And we're the owners and directors of Greer Films. And April 2023 marks a pretty special time for Greer Films.
We hit 5 years, guys.
5 years, that's right, boom. So Mo, back in 2018, what were we doing?
Pat started Greer Films from a desk in our house, guys, and we actually had our eldest son, John. He was 6 months old.
Yeah, sitting on my lap, hitting all the keyboard.
Making all those music choices together as a team. But yeah, we started it at just a desk in our house, and then from there it went to a bedroom, and then it went to
where we are today, in the studio over in Watt Drive.
If you haven't seen the video, make sure that you click on the link. Pat will insert it for us somewhere later, but definitely make sure that you have a look at the video. If you haven't been in the studio, it's definitely a space that is a bit breathtaking at times.
We do obviously more than video, but it all started with video. Wanted to get out into the world of making videos for businesses and corporations. Originally, I was just doing music journalism stuff and making video interviews and music videos. And yeah, it just sort of was like, hey, I want to try my hand at some business stuff.
From there, we found that there was actually a bit of a gap. People would say to us, great, I've got this awesome video that Pat's made. What do I do with it? So then we started to talk to those people about social media and websites and all those other elements that digital media supplies. And from there, Greer Films has more than video.
So many things over the years have happened through our evolution of Greer Films, and obviously in the world we've been affected by the pandemic as well, which, you know, any small business or business in general has all gone under structured changes and things like that. So what did we do, Emma?
Well, so in that time for us, we actually paused, and that was a bit of a blessing as well. I actually couldn't leave the house for 12 weeks. As one of those high-risk people, but we're not going to get into that. More about the fact that we took that time, as Pat said, to restructure and have a think about our goals. So in that first year of the pandemic, we actually thought about where we would take Greer Films. And I believe I asked you, what did you want Greer Films to be?
You probably had no answer.
Maybe slightly true, but we did sit down one of the nights and work out that we didn't want to be we want to obviously be a family business, but I mean in the aspect that we didn't always want to run out of the office, out of the home office.
Yeah.
Keeping him entertained while I'm trying to edit after not sleeping. 5 minutes later, look over. Oh, you're awake now.
So we started to think about how we could either get Pat on the road or setting up a bigger space.
And from there, I looked into options in terms of what the creative industry has to offer in the spaces of studio spaces. I've never really been exposed to one myself, so I had to, go online and look at what's out there in the major cities. And Gold Coast Studio was probably a key influence for us in terms of a cyclorama and a vibe space where people could come in and they walk in the door, and it still happens every day now where they go, oh, cool, this place is awesome. And obviously with a space like this comes all the additional equipment to make it run and make it operational and be able to achieve things in the space, such as new lights and flash gear and cameras, etc.
And what has helped with all this is that what we have developed here, majority of our things that Pat has increased his toolbox can also then be taken out to our customers as well. So the benefits that we've had has been on-flowed to those people and to our customers. So it's been really great to see the evolution of Greer Films along with the journeys of our customers.
And we've really enjoyed being able to spread our wings creatively. That's what we thrive on here at Greer Films, whether it's websites or strategic and social designs that Mo does, or photography, creative photography ideas and product photography, and obviously our key pillar, which is our video work.
So then let's have a quick chat about maybe some of the things that we remember over the last 5 years.
So 5 years is, it seems like not very long, but it obviously is a long time as well. Hence why we're doing this little fun video to celebrate it. And so it's always interesting to try and reflect and think of different productions that we've done. Obviously, I'm going to do a counter later this month and show you just how many videos we've actually produced in 5 years. So hang on for that.
It would definitely be worth having a look at that number.
So in no particular order, what comes to mind probably in different varieties of productions that we've done creatively, where we've had to direct a large crowd of talent in multiple costumes, in big spaces, whether it's outside or inside, lots of different lighting setups. We even had radios to each other so we could all talk and coordinate. And that was all of our work with Broken Banjo. What does that look like?
Oh, I definitely want to,
like
yeah, definitely looks like this. But we also want to, thank Sam from Broken Banjo for giving us the opportunity to work creatively with him on those videos, and the crew that he put together. The cast members, the makeup artists, everyone came to the table, and we all worked extremely hard to show off what Bathurst talent has to offer. And I think it was a great outcome on both videos. I do remember distinctly being very pregnant for Alice in Wonderland back in...
We'll give you the date.
Yes, hold on that one. But I do remember being, pregnant with Alice. So 2020, it was the start of winter. It was quite cold and we were out at Mayfield. And we got to the middle of the maze. Now, I don't know if you've seen the maze. Pat might be able to insert a bit of a shot there for us. But we got all the way to the middle. I coordinated all the cast members in the middle, and I made my way to the middle with Pat, who was hiding in what they call the bird cage. And he goes to put the drone up, and what'd you do?
Realised there was no SD card in the drone. So I was too efficient, packed my SD cards away, failed to remember that for that one time we needed the drone for that shoot, that it wasn't actually in the drone. Whoopsie.
Yes, and because I had been in and out of the maze the most, I thought I would be the quickest to run out and run back to Pat, forgetting just how maybe pregnant I was. But no, it was good. It was a great moment and it was a great cast. Everyone supported us and it was good fun.
Over the course of the 5 years, we've also had the opportunity to work with musicians. And who comes to mind but Momentum and the Dave Webb project?
It was really great to work with them creatively throughout their different projects. The one that definitely comes to mind for me is where Pat and Dave were working on the Dave project, and he was dancing in front of the fence and he accidentally actually poked his head on this piece of wire. Pat did cut it just as you sort of saw it, but it was a bit of fun.
Well, I'll put that in the outtakes video. It's pretty funny.
Yes.
There goes a phone.
That's all right, keep going.
No, we will not keep going. A key memory of working with Momentum is the opportunity to do a storyboard for the song My Goodbye, which I'll show on the screen now. And that video was a collaboration in terms of ideas. Dave really wanted it to be I think it was Dave, he really wanted it to be a energetic, high octane sort of gym empowering sort of video, and so we sort of took that inspiration and created a story with two different individuals, one a runner and another one who was a boxer, and it gave us enough different visuals to work with. And yeah, it was a lot of fun, and the guys did fantastic on camera who wouldn't have normally have done anything like that either. So
no, everyone really pulled together for that, and it was really great that the four of us could bounce ideas. So we would have a discussion about what the character needed or how we would do it, and then Pat and I would discuss how we would visually achieve that. So I believe the actress, she needed to be running, and obviously we weren't going to make her run until she was sweating. So we got the water bottle and sprayed her down.
Yeah, sprayed Scooby in the face many times.
Yeah, but it was great for us to develop what it looks like for us to achieve visual media and how we do that with some of the cheap things.
It was very new for us, and it completely worked, and we was very, very proud of that video. To this day, it's a pretty old video now, so go back and check it out in full if you've never seen it. Great song, it's a banger song, and yeah, still very proud of that work. And then you fast forward to the latest work with Dave Webb for his song, The World Stopped Turning, which we filmed in Tremaine's Mill here in Bathurst. And that was really just, we got in the space and I had a few different sequences in mind based on parts in the song. Otherwise, we were just rocking out in cool spots and finding really cool shots and playing with light and things like that. And that worked out, really cool.
It did. And then we actually filmed something else at Tremaine's Mill. Do you want to run them through that video as well? Because that was really great to work with some local talent and a local dance school.
Pure Imagination Performing Arts are a fantastic dance school. We've always had a great relationship with them. Nat is a fantastic choreographer, and she had this awesome vision, which was fantastic because it worked well with me, because it was something I always wanted to do as well, which was a dance group dance video, more or less. And the very first one we did was in Tremaines Mill, hence I was keen to use that space again with Dave Webb for his video. Yes. And we did another one, Bites of Dust, and it was completely choreographed by Miss Nat, and it came together so awesome. There's a really cool spur of the moment photo that I took that I'll share here as well, of all the dancers up against the fence inside. But it was a really cool video.
So for those who don't know, last year we got keys to our studio here up at Watt Drive, but also a lot of firsts happened last year. Do you want to run us through a few?
Yeah, so Bathurst obviously is the main place for the V8 supercars, and we got their very first taste of being able to be involved officially for that as the official videographer for the off-track events for the regional council here. So that was,
interesting,
educational and different and wet. But the footage turned out great, and everyone was fantastic to point the camera out and get them to give me their big yells on the side of the road and things like that too.
Yeah, and behind the scenes as well. While Pat was down working with the crowd, I actually then was on a still camera, William Street, right under the lights. I picked this spot. There was no one there because it was raining, might I add. And I was like, this is going to be the spot, this is it. And sure as I was correct, we had supercars trying to get in on the spot and win news as well. So everyone liked my spot, and we're all in under umbrellas trying to keep a little bit dry. Didn't work. But the cameras were dry, that's all that matters.
And I didn't use that shot at all.
Thank you very much.
So furthermore to last year was getting the opportunity to fine tune and some more interview styled videos, and one of which that comes to mind was for Veritas House, and it was an event video that we filmed and produced prior to the event and was aired at their winter ball.
And there was so much emotion in the room. We actually got to go as attendees while Pat also videoed, but I got to sit in that room and witness people seeing these videos for the first time, and the emotion and the power that we had behind those videos was pretty amazing.
And we used the space as well here where we're sitting, and we obviously had different people coming back, and some key existing employees also speak about their time at Veritas, as it was like an anniversary for them too, to celebrate. And one key individual who was involved who was anonymous, and we had to shoot her anonymous. So we had to creatively think of a way to capture this young lady
without giving away her identity. So Pat had to use the space, shadows, lights and everything to achieve that, to keep the same mood and emotion that we had in the other videos, without obviously breaking it and making it completely different.
But yeah, I didn't want to do what other TV network productions have done in the past, where they use a blur over their face, or they manipulate the lights in the studio so that you can only see their chest or something, and their head's black. It was just, wasn't the vibes that we wanted to go with, so we came up on the spot with the idea of shooting her shadow in the space. So yeah, it worked out cool.
So over the last 5 years, we've developed our style with our clients, with our social media clients, and as a part of that, Pat has also been able to flex his muscles and try different things in photography. So not only videography, but photography as well. And also then with the graphics that we've done. So we really want to thank our clients over the last few years that have allowed us and trusted us to take their brand to the next level. It's been such a privilege to work with our clients, and they all come from such different industry backgrounds, which, is both a blessing and a challenge at the exact same time. So Pat, why don't you run us through some of the photography stuff that you've done?
So we'll share some of my favorites on the screen now.
Well, for me, I've really liked the O'Connell stuff. So how we've been able to really create warmth in those photos while also highlighting a product or the people, but it just it really aligns with the O'Connell Cafe's vibe. and their branding. So I think to achieve that in photography is a challenge, but we do it seamlessly. Because then on the contrast to that would be Watermart. So they're quite cool colours. It's a little bit more shadows and contrast. So with that, we've then still aligned with Watermart's branding and like their feel, even though they're not obviously coal people, but their products are water related. So then it's the cool palette.
And outside of social media stuff for photography, we obviously do headshots and other corporate creative shoots, and we've had a lot of fun with that. And I've taken some inspiration from other creatives in the industry and how they achieve certain things in their studios or things that they do even on their shoots for whatever it might be. And I've semi-applied that here, and it's all a bit of trial and error sometimes and see what things work. I think I've started to formulate how I like to do things, and as you can see on the screen now, a few different sort of images that we've been able to achieve in the space for all kinds of individuals from all different walks of life. So there you go, guys. We just thought we'd chime in and celebrate our 5 years with you all, and hope you've enjoyed a little bit of sneak peek and a little bit of history lesson and some of our favourite things over the period of time. Obviously, we can't talk about everything, otherwise, hey, this video will go all day. 5 years, 2023, Greer Films. Stay tuned. We'll share some other bits of content throughout the year to continue the celebrations.